What's going on? APlus's Nerd Mixes. It is your boy, Indy Uchiha, and I'm here to bring you the review for Miss Marvel Episode 5, Time and Again. Now, I really do have to say, though, though it was a good episode that explained a lot, it left a lot more questions and what was going on. And the episode was just messy in general. This is probably the worst paced episode out of the five. Although, like, I really enjoyed what I saw. It took me about two viewings before I really kind of understood what was going on. And they kind of just threw the time traveling rules, the MCU time traveling rules out the door as far as it goes. Somebody like traveling back to the past and creating a branch timeline. And maybe that's because of the ability she has and everything that's going on with that. But man, I just wasn't. It's just causes such a headache when it comes to the MCU and their time travel rules and watching, just trying to figure out if they understand, the writers even understand what's going on with what's happening. All right. So at the end of the last episode, we saw Kamala transported back to basically what was going on with the partition, right? So you're like, yeah, okay, let's see what happened to Aisha and everything that went on. Let's get the real backstory and what was happening and try to get a better understanding of what this bangle is, what her family's power is, and everything that's going on like that. So basically, after the raid that we saw that happened when they found the bagel and Aisha, I do not know how to pronounce this lady's name, so I'm gonna just say Aisha. Aisha um ended up like coming to a small village in India where she ended up meeting Kamala's great grandfather and decided that she wanted to start her own family. She didn't want to go back to the clandestine because of the fact that she knew that opening the veil wouldn't create anything, it would just do more harm. So meeting Kamala's great grandfather Hassan, they ended up creating, you know what I'm saying, the type of relationship. That part was real cute, how they met, him feeding her joking about breaking his leg already being injured, her bringing him the proper cane so that he wouldn't have to use a stick. And then it flashes forward to her being pregnant, you know what I'm saying, when she brings that cane. And that would be, I believe, the birth of Kamala's grandmother. So you're seeing how this goes along, right? Aisha ended up being found by Najma and basically kind of threatened for what was going on, for, you know what I'm saying, leaving. I mean, it was a cool, like, it kind of reminded me of the Lion King. You know what I'm saying, like when Simba came to Saul's father, the lamp um coming over and them having that conversation. So when she goes back, she wants to tell her family to flee because of the what was going on with the war and the partition, the two countries coming down on each other, and the threat from the clandestine that was going on. She wants to take her daughter, Hassan, and just flee the country, get to safety, get away from everything that's going on, right? Now we already know what we've had the build up from what was going to happen with this. We understand what was going on. We know Aisha probably didn't make it, or maybe we're gonna find out that she did make it and she's off somewhere in hiding, and maybe she'll. My thought at times was she's gonna pop up and train Kamala to become the hero that she needs to be. But no, come to find out, she's killed by Najma for her betrayal. Now this, we kind of figured out how evil this lady was going to be when she left her own son, you know what I'm saying, for helping Kamala and them, which is going to be interesting in the next episode. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So you get this whole scene where Hassan's trying to get Sana on the train. Aisha wants to protect them, so she stands up to Najma, which you think if she has the bangle should be easy peasy, no problem at all for her to be able to do that. But she ends up putting the bangle on her daughter's arm. So she confronts Najma, no powers or nothing at all. Najma ends up stabbing her for her betrayal as she's looking for the bangle, um Hassan loses his daughter. I don't know how. Because if I'm getting on the train, if my wife or the love of my life tells me to protect our daughter, make sure she gets on the train, I'm not losing my daughter. I'm gonna be totally honest with that. I'm not putting her down. I'm holding her the whole time, and I'm getting on that train. But she ended up getting separated from her father. She's lost in the crowd, and then Aisha has a conversation with Kamala and tells her, you know what I'm saying, what her destiny is to be, you know what I'm saying, as a hero. And she ends up helping Sana get on the train using her abilities that nobody obviously sees. Now, this is what's weird to me. Maybe it's the Noor energy that lets her do this differently. Maybe she was destined the whole time and to go back and do that. That's why it doesn't do a branching timeline. But her physically affecting the outcome of what happened is strange to me when it comes to the MCU timeline, but I'm pretty sure at some point we'll get that explained to us, or they won't. They'll just write it off and be like, "Look, this is what we want to do." But I'm curious to hear somebody talk to the writers. Hopefully, us. Maybe we'll be big enough to be able to talk to the writers one day and figure out what made them think that that was the best way to go, because it's confusing with the way time has been explained in the MCU. Or maybe this is a different thing with her being from another dimension and the powers that she has coming from another dimension, so maybe they affect, you know what I'm saying, where they're at differently. But we'll find out. After she does that, Kamala and everybody wake up. They've been knocked out. Everybody wakes up. They see the veils open it up. And this is the part that I really did not like, because I felt like the villains were an afterthought, and the turn, and maybe it's a mother's love for her son that made her do this. Maybe it wasn't her having, you know what I'm saying, a heroic moment, or you know what I'm saying, turning from villain to anti-hero hero. But Naja sacrifices herself to close the veil. You see her turn to like crystal, the same type of crystal that or whatever material it is that Kamala, you know what I'm saying, excerpts from her hands. Um and Kamala tells her, you know what I'm saying, do it for your son. She ends up jumping up, sacrificing her life to save her son. When she does that, her powers, her Noor energy leaves her and goes to her son. So maybe it's something where the energy is passed down, you know what I'm saying, from father to son, mother to son, like that. Like it's a power that stays within the family. So that's interesting to me. And that happening, and then he ends up with similar powers of what his mother had, that kind of look like what Kamala had, but a different color. It's got like a green bluish hint to it instead of the purple that Kamala has. Kamala's mom and grandmother see everything that goes on, see her abilities. Kamala's mom put two and two together and figures out that she's the light girl. And this whole situation kind of brings Kamala's mom and her grandmother back together, because Kamala's mom was right the entire time. My family does have magic. So it kind of mends their relationship and the issues that they were having, which is cool. But everything seemed to, I know it's only 6 episodes, and maybe we don't know if this show is actually getting a season 2, or if this is just a setup to introduce us to Kamala before we get to see her in the Marvels. But everything just seemed to happen too quickly. So they're going to have to leave where they're at and go back to, you know what I'm saying, New Jersey. At the same time, you get Cameron, who is running and looking for some place to hide because they're running from DODC, and he ends up going to Bruno, the only place he has to go to. Bruno lets him stay with him, and then they're attacked by the CDOC, and then you see DODC or whatever it's called. Then you see Cameron's abilities awaken as he shoots the little searcher bot thing, but that thing goes and crashes into the Quickie Mart place and blows it up. So I wonder how Bruno's going to feel about that reckless thing, and you know what I'm saying, basically blowing up the place he works and the place that he lives above, for people that have been helping him. And if this could be a village in origin starting for Cameron, because he doesn't know his mother's dead. He just thinks his mother left him. But when come to find out, I want to know how he's going to feel about Kamala, who had the ability to stop it from happening, just letting his mom sacrifice himself, or if he's going to take it as my mom really loved me, she sacrificed herself so that I could live. So I really want to know how he's going to take that, because he seems like a confused boy, thriving for his mother's love and not really knowing how to take, because even after his mother treated him, he's just sitting around waiting for her to come back. Like, she does this all the time, she'll come back. So that sounds like a toxic, abusive, you know what I'm saying, parent son, mother son relationship in any fold, because the only thing his mother was worried about was trying to get home. So we look like we're gonna get Cam and Bruno fighting for their lives not to get captured, while we're waiting on Kamala to get back, which is a long flight. So they won't be back for a while. So I want to see what that happens, or they're gonna learn how to teleport or something. So although this episode was up and down and just all over the place, it felt like it was everything was happening quickly. It just felt like it was shaky, like there was really no context in what was going on. They were just throwing stuff at the wall and letting it stick. And as far as the order and how things happen, it was an episode that was enlightening, especially when we dipped into the culture and got to see what happened at Partition, and seeing what those people go through, or what they went through at that time. It was very enlightening, and actually made me want to, search the internet and read more up on the subject and learn more about that culture. So it did its job in that matter. It made me more aware of things that had happened in the past. It made me interested in learning more about those things that happened in the past. So my hats off to them for that. But as far as the storytelling aspect of what went on, gotta come better than that, Disney. Gotta come better than that, Marvel. I feel like you could have did a lot more, you know what I'm saying, in that time frame that you had and the way that you told that. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Miss Marvel, episode 5, Time and Again. If I had to grade it, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Definitely. It was definitely my I feel like I got the most information out of this episode, but it was my least, probably the fourth best episode so far, maybe possibly fifth, but we'll see. Don't forget to subscribe to APlus Opinions on all the little social medias right there. Follow us. We're always putting news up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So come over and join the Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow me everywhere at Nerd Mix Alpha. Don't forget to follow at Anime Assembled on Instagram as well. Stay up on your nerd and geek pop culture when it comes to anime. We post there daily in conjunction with APlus Hero Report. So you guys make sure you check that out. Go stream my new music. New song called Invincible out on all streaming platforms, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify. Check that out. All you gotta do is search Indie Uchiha on any one of those platforms. You get in tune with what I got going on music wise. So until next time, guys, keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Your boy gotta go to work. See you guys later.